Everybody, welcome back to J&J Tabletop. This is our playthrough of Vecna, Eve of Ruin. I'll be your dungeon master this evening, or morning, or afternoon, or whenever you decide to watch this video. As always, did I say what episode number? 15. That's the one this time.
Good to know.
Joined by the same group of wonderful people as I am every week. We have Michael, Lee, and Jake. If you want to know more about them, there's information on the screen. There's information in the description and in link trees as well. So find it on there. And if you want to catch up on previous episodes, if you're starting at 15, you're crazy. But hey, do what you want to do. If you want to catch up on previous episodes, you can find them in this playlist on this channel. And I think with that being said, the only other thing I have to mention is if you find yourself in a scenario where you have too much scrap metal, call Two Brothers Scrap Metal. There you go. That one's for free.
What should I do with all my scrap metal?
You know, let us know you know.
Hey Jake, what should Lee do with all this scrap metal? Oh yeah.
Tell him to go to Two Brothers Scrap Metal.
Two Brothers Scrap Metal for all of your
Everybody
we were doing so well.
Jokes.
We were doing so well.
All right, yeah, but I think we are ready for
a nap?
For a recap. For a nap? Shoot, man. I'd take a nap. Basically 10 o'clock right now.
Boom.
So, previously on Vecna, Eve of Ruin, we just completed this chapter 3. We just completed chapter 3.
Oh my.
What does that mean? That means that on the quest to stop Vecna from remaking the multiverse in his own image, our group, I don't know why you always get me with that wand. Every time I see you hold it up, it distracts me so
I was trying to show where the rod is. That's all I was doing.
So in the quest to stop Vecna, they are looking for the second piece of the Rod of Seven Parts. It brought them to the wreckage of the Lambent Zenith, which of course is a ship that had crashed into a dying god named Havok in the middle of the Astral Sea. So our players had gone there, they met some people, they helped solve some problems. They fought a little crazy frog slod dude, and eventually they went inside of the still beating heart of this chaos god, and they fought a monster in there. And inside of that monster, this monster who swallowed Biggus for a moment and swallowed Milo for a moment. Both of you, right?
Yeah, but I giggle shorts my way out of it.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Biggus found the second piece of the Rod of Seven Parts. They also took some blood from this creature's heart. They rallied up the crew of the Lambent Zenith, as well as the crew of the other ship that had crashed with a treant, a blink dog, and a couple other humanoids. They were going to bring them back to their little secret hideout with the Wizards 3. And then what did they find? They found pirates. They had an epic battle with these pirates. They gave the ship to the crew. Aradel Brightmaw was named honorary captain for a day.
That is not what happened. You can't just throw it in there in the recap and pretend that's what didn't happen that way.
It was honorary captain. Not necessarily
There
for
was
a
no
I
day.
remember.
day. There was no day part.
It was in the fine
Worth the
print.
trade deal.
He has a button that says, you know, I was captain for a day.
Why is the DM? Do you constantly try to
And all
fuck
I got
me?
was this lousy button.
Why is it me who gets screwed by the DM's recaps? No one else.
But after helping this crew take a new ship, Aradel ended up with a sweet short sword, and the group moved on back through the portal. They leveled up, and yeah, that's where we'll pick up right now. It's can't really tell, I guess, what time of day it is in there, but right, no windows, even if there were windows in the astral sea. You are back in the first floor of the sanctum. The kind of forever sunset look of the astral sea fades away out of the portal, and currently the portal is blank.
And there's nobody else in the room here with us?
Nobody else in the room here with you.
Oh. We're back!
Honey, we're home.
It probably echoes like a little bit because I feel like this place is massive.
Hey Milo, what should I do with all this scrap metal?
What do we do with this new piece of the rod of 7 parts?
Yeah, how loud does Milo yell that?
I mean, I don't think it would be like he's not like shouting it, but probably
walk it
enough
back.
that it. What's that?
I said, don't walk it back.
No, I'm not. I don't think he's a shouter. I just think like if it would almost be like science. Like if there would be a little bit of an echo in the room, you'd be like, "We're here, we're back." You're like little, and then just kind of like look around, and then just be like, "What am I doing with my life? Like, why am I doing this?"
All right, fair enough. So, you know, you kind of kill that, and Lustriel comes down. Tasha comes down. It was nighttime. They're both in PJs.
Exactly what would happen to Milo.
Hello?
Both in PJs and like some sort of nightgown looking thing.
There you go, Biggus. There you go, Biggus.
And don't forget though, Biggus is still semi-covered in guts.
That's true. He refused Milo's help with cleaning.
Well, we got the next piece.
Mordenkainen comes down from the other side. He's also in a Victorian nightgown with a long hat.
Like a Scrooge nightcap.
Yeah, exactly. They come by and Illustrial is just like kind of like yawns quietly to herself, and she's just like, well, I'm you seem to have made short work of that. I'm glad you were able to find this so quickly. Are you all right?
How long were we gone?
Biggus, you look like you're well, I don't know what you look like. And Tasha just says, you look like you just came from something's ass.
Well, you're not far off. I got eaten and broke my way out.
Mordenkainen says, he smells like it too.
I feel like we were maybe just gone for the better part of a day. That's probably about it, right?
Yeah, just
Yeah, like maybe.
timey-wimey things happen.
Yeah.
It's been about a day. Yeah.
Okay. Cool.
What was the thing that we actually fought? Would I know what that is?
Roll me some sort of intelligence check, good sir.
No, it's a 28.
Would you know what it was?
Nope, you needed a 30. No, I'm just kidding.
Respect.
Yeah, you would know that what you fought, like it was a hurtilad.
No, that's actually what it's called.
That's what it's called. Yeah.
I thought you just named it that to be funny.
Nope. It is a.
Why it was funny. That's the whole point.
Well, pardon me for not knowing my creatures.
I love the concept that you were just sitting there laughing at this name. We all thought it was funny because hurt a lot was similar to the name, and you're just sitting there like, haha, that's funny because it hurts a lot.
Hurt a lot. It hurts a lot.
I love that.
That's funny.
Oh, man. That's funny.
Biggus, you would know that when a dead god is left adrift in the astral sea, its corpse sometimes spawns parasitic monster known as a hurtilad. It's voracious and terrifying. It's a skinless serpentine lizard with sharp claws, and gaping venomous maw.
Were the worms that were inside of it, were those parasites to it, or were those like other mini hurtilods that would become bigger?
Those were parasites to it, you would think, like from the heart that he was eating.
So we took out a hurtilod, and I got some parasites from it, and I hold up the little bottle that I have of that. And then we also happened to get some blood, and I just kind of like shake the black vial around just a little bit from the dying god.
Mordenkainen like cuts you off when you say you got some blood, and he's like, blood of a hurtilad is a waste of your time and containers, and you know.
No, this is blood from Havok.
At that,
I was just like, let's feed it to the spider thing.
Tasha immediately walks up to you, takes the vial, and starts looking at it, and is just like, you. How many vials of this did you find?
Biggus kind of looks over to Milo, because I know Milo.
How many did you want?
I mean, the blood of a god. With the practical experiment, the uses for this could be innumerable. This could fuel spells or artifacts.
Mm-hmm.
How many did you find?
Milo says, I have one as well.
I think the answer to that's 2.
Is that actually all you had?
I remember them being big ones, but you
said you filled a few.
I did.
Yes.
I'm gonna roll a d4.
You specifically said that.
I just left it to the two of you. I didn't know how many containers you had, and I heard at least one of you say, I want to fill up all the containers I have.
Yes.
I'll just say I had 3 then. I don't know. Like I rolled 2 more, so I don't know.
Okay. So 4 total then. Biggus has 1, Milo has 3.
Yeah.
Okay. Tasha will just say, what and what do you plan to do with them?
Well, this one I brought back for you. I knew you would make good use of it.
Roll me, like, what do you, what's the goal? What's the goal with that?
To give it to her?
That's it? Nothing else? Okay.
I mean, like, he's talking to a legend, so like he kind of wants to be on equal footing at some point, and so it's kind of like showing that, you know, that Biggus could do this kind of stuff. That he's, you know, there's a reason why he was brought here.
There's a reason they call him Big Gus.
But a boom.
Oh, there's your scrap metal right here.
She just kind of like holds it up and looks at you and just says, a thoughtful Biggus. I do love how you always come bearing gifts for me.
I will say though, don't get any on you. That stuff is nasty.
Illustrial is like, how did you get it on? Are you well?
Yes.
Aradel's like, no. Right.
Mentally or physically?
I'm fine to fill them in on things, like if you want to just...
Yeah, just quick fill them in.
Yeah, just say like we kind of tell them what happened when we got there with the Star Anglers, what we encountered with Ilrin.
Just before you do any of that, Tasha looks at Milo expectantly and after saying that she appreciates Biggus always bringing gifts.
Such an interesting dynamic. Milo doesn't particularly care for Tasha. He takes out 2 vials and hands them to her. You've been very gracious to us. Thank you.
Thank you. And she just takes them to the lab.
I had a gift for you too, but I don't think you'll want it. I don't know. She just looks at you two like, come bearing gifts, and just completely ignores me. I'm like, all right, don't worry about me.
Well, you didn't say anything about having. She knew that Milo and Biggus both.
I know, but in the social situation, when you come bearing gifts.
Does Aradel actually say that?
Yeah, but I don't actually have it. It's just a joke. It's just like, don't worry, like about me. Hello, I'm here too. Like. It doesn't mean anything by it.
If you
and
had
what did you bring?
If you had your degree, she would expect more.
It's my I'm voted badge, but it's like I'm a captain badge.
Good one, Captain.
Oh man.
It's Captain, but like CAPT''N, like
Captain.
Like Captain Crunch.
Yeah, exactly.
Captain Crunch. Oh.
But yeah, she asks you what you brought, Aradel.
I don't have anything. That was a joke because you just ignored me. Sorry. I'm working on my humor stuff.
Maybe you should leave the humor to someone else.
That wasn't very funny.
When Kanan just kind of like says in passing, like, no one ever brings me gifts. And then
I figured you
Illustrial,
could each have one of them, but she seemed very interested.
Oh man.
Illustrial brings it back to business, and you could explain all the things.
Yeah. Yeah.
Wait a minute, we do have a gift. We have a lot of wine, guys.
That's true.
We do. I mean.
This is for the party after the 3rd piece.
He just pulls out like all of the kegs in the portable. Here you go, Mordenkainen.
Do you do that?
I don't know.
We could take out a cask, and I don't think
definitely
we're all
would
gonna
do-
go through all these casks, but one would be perfectly acceptable.
Upon Mordenkainen saying no one ever brings me gifts, I would 100% do that.
Yeah, let's do
if
it.
I had
Let's do
access
it.
to the hole.
No, Milo definitely takes out the pocket
Yeah.
square. Boop, here we go.
There you go. Not
Would
magical.
you
as
like
such,
some wine?
but,
Would anyone like some wine? No.
3 in the morning.
They you know, everyone will sit down for a glass of wine as they listen to your story.
Yeah.
There we go. Yes. You need to drink more than a glass, everyone. There's a lot here.
Yeah, so I mean, outside of just filling them in, I feel like I don't have anything particular.
Not much else to say. Yeah.
Illustrial will just say Milo has. I actually don't know who has the piece. I know Biggus found it.
Unless Milo wanted to take it from Biggus would have had it.
No, I can't imagine. He figured if there was a property to discuss, we'd figure that out later.
Yeah, so like as everyone's kind of like sitting and discussing the situation, Illustrial will say, Biggus, hold up the second piece of the rod to the portal, if you will.
Biggus kind of walks over and holds it up.
Yeah, and the image in the portal goes from blank to a vision of like a misty and war-torn wasteland, and you see these great machines that stand like a colossus. I mean, they're massively tall. Does anyone want to take a guess at what it is before Illustrial starts info dumping?
The setting or what we're seeing?
The setting or what you're seeing exactly.
I like outside of game, I know nothing about any of the, so I feel like Biggus probably knows, but I don't.
Yeah. I think then Milo would just mutter under his breath, Is that Eberron?
Looks like Eberron to me.
I think his eyes would go wide with wonder, and then he would just look at Biggus. Because it's like, I mean, this is a magical technology driven world, so this is him.
It's actually always been a dream to go here. Even though I'm gonna say not like this, but this is gonna be fun.
Well, Tasha will say just because the reason is bleak doesn't mean you can't have fun. Away, enjoy the ride.
Trust me, he has no problem enjoying the ride.
When she says that, Biggus winks at her a little bit.
roll some sort of charisma.
How does wine impact this?
Come on, I'll let Michael tell me that. How does wine impact this?
It could affect the DC.
Well, it really doesn't matter because I rolled a 2 and I have a -1, so
Yes. He thinks he says one thing. He says,
I mean, because I do want to clarify something here. Biggus is an 8 in charisma, so while Biggus thinks and tries to do a lot of things, he is not smooth with it.
You brought her blood of a god, man.
he's a lot more drunk than he thinks he is.
It's just
Like, he thinks that it was like a really quick, like sly little wink at her, but like everybody sees it.
and then followed by like a
with like
spills on his beard.
slurp of the wine. Yeah. Goes down the wrong pipe, you cough a little bit.
Smooth.
He smiles and has wine teeth. That's it.
Oh.
Yeah.
But Illustrial will just kind of. Well, she'll ask you, what have you heard about Eberron?
Just that it's
I know nothing about it, so I
realized that. I was like, I have to do this. Just a place where magic and technology have been fused in very creative ways. I feel like he just again glances over at Biggus like this should be a fascinating place to go to. Why? Is there more that I? And he just like looks. I feel like he would glance at it again. You said it looks kind of war torn, right? What are the people like? And there's a certain sadness that just kind of seems to just kind of comes over his face, a little sadness.
Many of them are still picking up the pieces after the last war. It was, well, there were 5 nations, and all of them, it just eventually it collapsed into a civil war. These nations all became at odds with their neighbors, and it was brutal. The machines that you see, it's true that this was a feat of great combination of and collaboration of magic and steel and wood and the natural. They were used for horrible bloodshed. The last war officially came to an end after Seer was destroyed in a cataclysm that they now know as the Morning. The 5 nations still remain divided today, but there is a treaty, a sort of wary peace, if you will. What we're seeing here, it looks like the Mournland, which is it's a ruined wasteland. Before the last war, before the last war, it was a nation of Seer, but on the day of mourning, like I said, it was destroyed, and then the region was transformed. So these remnants of the battlefields of the last war, such as fire-spewing machines known as the Colossi, they lie strewn about the Mournland. And there are Warforged who wander these lands as well. Are you familiar with Warforged?
Yes.
I'm gonna say Milo isn't, so he's just watching. His eyes have sunk, his face has sunk, but he still has a sense of wonder, but there's a somber tone to everything she just said.
They are these amazing, wonderful creations. I mean, literally made from wood and steel and imbued with life. And they just, not gonna say some haven't done terrible things, but in general, I would say that's more on the creator than the created, even though they are sentient in and of themselves. They were created initially to fight, but many have expanded beyond that after some of the wars. At least the few that survived.
Yes. Yeah, that's exactly right. It's amazing, a whole new race of peoples created by a quest for creating another weapon. One other thing to be wary of in the Mournlands, magic doesn't always function as intended. There are just sometimes divination and teleportation magic is sort of unreliable in this place.
How so?
Well, in some areas, scrying won't work. Magical effects that reveal a location, well, it doesn't always work. So typically it's, I don't want to say what you've done has been easy, but it hasn't been very difficult to find the next piece of the rod. I think finding this third piece might prove to be more difficult than you'd expect. But there is one thing that might help. And Mordenkainen will just kind of say, do you mean to say that they should find a docent? And Lustriel will say, yes, that's exactly what I was thinking. And they basically just explain to you that a docent is it is something that it's like a metal sphere about 2 inches in size. It's studded with dragon shards, and there's a ton of things that it could do. It's a great example of magic and metal, and just the combination of technology and magic. But in some instances, these things were used to power the colossi. But you could basically, they have this idea that you can combine one of those with the second piece of the rod to almost create like a compass to find the third piece.
The first piece of the rod did help us find the second piece. I could tell when we were getting closer, so that sounds like a good idea to me. Nobody said it would be easy.
Well, I think it's time for me to go back to bed. Is there anything else that I can do to be of service?
Not that I could think of.
No, nothing that can't be till morning. I think we're... Didn't really realize we'd be waking you up, but it's good to have a friendly face when we come back.
Always a welcome intrusion. Glad you're safe and successful. And Mordenkainen will pour himself another glass of wine. Just say, speak for yourself. I rather would have had the sleep. And he walks away. They all kind of go their separate places. And if you'd like, you can take a long rest.
Woohoo!
They finally hit the button.
Long rested up.
Who's taking a long?
We did it.
Boom, baby.
Level 13, level 7 spells.
That means I'm unattuned from this thing and attuned to my other thing.
Yep.
More
Swapping
of
out
the
the flywheel.
proficiency bonus increase that I'm looking forward to.
Oh yeah. I'm unattuning from the flywheel, and I'll take the spell storing ring back.
Nice. What's in that right now?
I'm planning on setting it up with a wall of fire and thunder wave.
Burns,
It's nice.
burns,
Those spells
burns.
work well together.
Underwave.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah.
That's like, oh, you're out of the fire. Boom, back you go.
Yeah. So you all have a sleep?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I think I would like to take a day to set up my contingency. Although this teleport thing has me wondering if my other contingency is the best idea.
Before you do that, while you are sleeping, the three of you have a shared nightmare as you perceive and see cults of Vecna across the multiverse with their symbol of a hand and an eye, snatching away people, stealing their secrets. They are torturing people. They are working on these rituals, and you hear these chants and this rhythmic drumming. And behind all of it, you see the withered form of Vecna. just soaking in these this power coming from these tortured beings and coming from these rituals and these chants, as their words and thoughts almost visually like wisp right into Vecna, and from Vecna into a glowing sphere, hidden knowledge, and all of this fades, leaving only Vecna's glaring left eye, and you wake up drenched in sweat.
Is that similar to what we saw when we were teleported to the
Remarkably so.
Shadowfell, right?
Yep.
Yeah. Okay. Did Aradel have this dream?
That's an interesting question.
Oh.
Perhaps dream is the wrong word. More of a vision.
Wow.
It did happen in your sleep. You know what? You know what, Jake? Really good question. No, Aradel did not. The both of you did. Aradel did not.
There you go. Wow.
Okay. Okay, yeah, so I guess it'd probably be roughly the same time Biggus and Milo probably queued up, or at least Milo does. I know he kind of gasped. Oh,
Ooh.
he sleeps but has no dreams.
He has like that cartoon feather that he's.
Yeah. Yep.
Oh,
Aradel's still asleep. Is Biggus, what's going on with him?
Biggus would be awake and up.
Oh, we're doing some pretty important things.
Yeah, but I'm not gonna lie. Wait, you had the same dream too?
I felt like what we saw when we left and went to the Shadowfell. I kind of get the sense that it's almost like somehow Vecna is in the center of all of the different planes of existence, just absorbing knowledge. I don't know, that's just sort of how I see it.
No, I mean it makes sense.
He has agents everywhere.
Definitely makes it feel like we're not moving fast enough.
I was hoping to set up my contingency.
If we die, we fail. Set up your contingency.
Oh,
Well, while I'm not gonna say that haste isn't important, it's all for nothing if we don't make it. And as we can see from the last two experiences, this is no joke. You died. We can't have that again. Yes, I might be able to bring you back, but
yeah, no, you're right. We could get some supplies too. I think. On that note, we should replace the diamond, and
yes,
I used some on Figaro. So.
Figaro.
Milo just
somebody's not affected apparently.
Milo glances at Aradel. I almost sort of envy him in this moment.
The life of a captain.
He kind of giggles a little bit. I think he kind of just shakes Aradel. Captain, it's time for the day.
How about ye, scallywags? Oh, what? Oof. Wow, that was a dream.
Milo cocks his head.
It was a joke.
I know, but he would just look at you and says, "Did you have a dream?"
No, but if I did, I really was thinking about a pirate one.
Biggus just kind of like
The life of a captain.
Life of a captain.
We should get you a tricorn hat, I think.
What would corn be a hat for?
Ah, my friend. All right.
And he calls himself a captain.
I just got it yesterday. Come on, I'm learning still.
We all start somewhere.
You know, we didn't get our degrees until we had learned.
Well, maybe you just didn't deserve it.
But granted, ours aren't honorary.
Milo just.
I'll have you walk the plank for comments like that.
I think Milo
Listen,
would then just.
You swing that sword, you can have whatever honorific you want.
I can be Dr. Captain too?
Don't question your luck.
That's Dr. Captain to you.
I kind of just like look at Milo and just mouth, I'm sorry.
Milo just shakes his head. Yeah, I think Milo would fill Aradel in on the dream and just tell him how similar it was to the experience when we went to the Shadowfell.
You know,
Just,
the more you're telling me about these dreams, the less I'm sure I want to experience them. I've only ever heard good things about dreams, but now you're telling me all these terrible things about them.
Dreams can be complicated. But
Well-
it seems like even though it wasn't fun, someone or something can communicate to us. Maybe that's why we were brought by their wish spell. Maybe we touched something, or someone took notice of us to tell us something. We have to keep that in mind.
I do find it interesting how you two have a similar dream, meaning that it is definitely magically induced in some sort of way, or at least some level beyond natural occurrences. And I still... So...
But you know, Aradel, that may mean you're protected from something. which might come in real handy with some of the things we have yet to face.
As someone who is less versed in dealing with magic, I think that's probably for the best. If we're being honest.
100%. 100%. No, I mean that as a blessing.
He's right.
That's the first time I've ever thought about this as a good thing. I've always been very jealous of people who can experience these things. But man, can you imagine if it came down to that?
Maybe we'll figure something out after we defeat the God of Secrets. And we don't need that protection anymore.
Oh, all right. Let's go get some food.
I mean, time to get the next sliver of the shaft.
Why you gotta put it like that? And we fade.
I hate that.
It's not just the tip anymore, baby.
Oh, no.
Well, I mean, I'd say sliver of the rod's no better.
Here at J&J Tabletop, we're trying to help you get the most out of your games by helping you unlock what works best for you at your table. Whether you're a player or dungeon master, or even play other systems, we'll help you take your experiences to the next level. Subscribe today and get even more out of your games. Our very own Lee, who plays Aradel Brightmaw, also created our intro video, scaled Mount Kilimanjaro, and is as Irish as they come. He also has his YouTube channel dedicated entirely to making D&D fun again. Highly imitated, never duplicated. You will laugh, learn, and enjoy his content, so head to youtube.com/@thiscrits and subscribe today. Our character art was created by Kaya from FablewoodGoods.com. Fablewood Goods is an immersive fantasy business for authors, books, and brands. Explore the Fablewoods' unique lore through seasonal shop updates filled with enchanted forests, dragons, and fae, or bring the magic to life with custom merch and illustration for your own worlds and whimsies. Our graphic overlays were created by our very own Jake at TTRPGoverlay.com. TTRPGoverlay.com is the premier resource for quality D&D and TTRPG actual play graphic overlays. Our overlay packs, like this one, the Lich King, are designed to be simple and enhance your content, which in our opinion is you. Stop by today and check out what we've got, including some free examples. Remember, you and your content are special. Our products help everyone see that. We appreciate every kind of support that J&J Tabletop gets. Watching and sharing our videos will always be the primary way you can do that. However, if you enjoy our content, please consider joining our channel as a member. It's a direct way to let us know you believe in what we are doing, and it helps us improve our content. We will be adding to the list of perks we offer as we get ideas, so check back regularly to see what's new.
Don't forget to smash that like button.
You slept, you had your dreams, you had your little conversation after one of you didn't have a dream. Contingency, question mark?
I think that
I'm
was
gonna
the plan
do the
for the day.
contingency.
Yeah, you set up the contingencies and stuff, and
I will do that in the same day we're doing some shopping to get some supplies and whatnot.
Yeah, you did your contingency. I mean, however you want to handle that. And then obviously we did the shopping off screen because it's fun sometimes, but it's not always what you want. And today, it's not what we wanted. So you have your contingency. We have our new items. You got rid of some other items. Anything else that you want to do before doing another rest and getting to move on?
I want to hit stuff. Let's go.
I mean, nothing that's legal D&D wise.
You know, I am curious. What has become of this fancy spider dragon?
It is. Oh well, you have blind sight.
Not very big, but yeah.
It is
Big enough.
just in this area, this corner of perpetual darkness. And yeah, it looks like there's a little patch over the spot where there was a hole. And it's just kind of doing its thing.
I love the fact that everyone's just asleep, not caring about whatever the hell's going on in this corner. These guys are ballsy. All right, that's all.
There you have it, folks.
There you have it. Yeah.
Wizards doing wizard things.
All right, so you got one more long rest, and you are ready to make your way through the portal. Let me send you in the map. Hey, there it is. Hey, no.
Oh, I like this. Is this the portal down here?
It's your portal down there.
All right. Mount
Yes,
Iron Rot.
So on your side, it's just a normal portal, right? But as you get through and look behind you, it is a 20-foot tall vertical black oval made of glass that sits on the muck atop a low hill. The oval reflects the surrounding mist-shrouded landscape with a supernatural clarity. The oval looks kind of like a giant mirror, but it functions as a door between here and Sanctum. So there you are, standing right outside 20-foot tall vertical black oval made of glass.
Wow. Where are we?
Where am I?
That was a long 2-minute explanation about a mirror and nothing about where we're at.
We're in Eberron, you dumbass.
And Biggus gets inspiration.
Wow. Okay. Okay, so is there, what kind of, I'm guessing this is designed not to be specific, but is there kind of scaling that we're looking at here? Like, is the river within view? It looks like there's maybe some tents, maybe a little town.
River's within view. Hard to see the other stuff. Like I said, there's
Okay.
It's very misty. It's a pretty strong thicket in the area, even though They made it look like it was all the desert, so that's fun.
Yeah, scaling looks all difficult to register based on the picture.
Yeah.
It should be.
I
Wow.
think it's been a little while, but out comes the broom. And are we doing a little mall cop, or are you hitching a ride with your halfling friend?
I forgot about that. I don't know. Whatever you guys want to do, I'm down with either.
You actually only have a set amount of. It's a lot, but you have only a set amount of time on your boots, right?
It's like 4 hours.
Yeah. Well, maybe. You know what?
More.
Let's try. Let's try to go up high and see if we can just get a better vantage point for now. Like, can we rise above the mist, or is like? Just seems like it keeps going. I know you said keeps going, but you were. Okay. I guess we should follow the river.
Off we go, yeah.
Right? Rivers often lead to civilization, so.
I'll say yes.
Right? Okay.
All right. So, leaving the mirror behind, you hop on your broom. How does Aradel and Biggus, how are you two traveling?
I probably walk. I don't. If we're just going, there's no point to fly, as far as I'm concerned, right?
It's up to you.
I mean, unless someone presents us with a good reason as to why we should be in the air, Aradel will be walking.
All right. I need a survival check from one of you. Who is going to be the alligator
I'm not great with that.
that likes to travel? The wilderness guide alligator.
Aradel, but if he doesn't speak up quickly, Biggus would, just because this is Eberron.
I mean, Aradel has a number in there.
Is it bigger than
Biggus is
one?
just
Because that's what Milo.
Okay,
Okay.
and
Biggus is not in the positive, so
And
do you want, Biggus is gonna be rolling here in a minute.
Aradel has got a whopping
And-
gentleman's 8.
okay, and you actually should make that with disadvantage.
Aradel has a whopping
Oh, no.
gentleman's 8.
Right. Okay, so what I need a D4 from Milo, Aradel, and Biggus.
All right, now let's all do the same number like we did last time.
That was kind of fun.
Hopefully not that number.
4.
3.
With disadvantage?
No, it's just a
D4.
Oh, a D4. Sorry. 2.
4, 3, 2.
Nice.
4, 3, 2.
Yeah. In order too.
Okay, so you're traveling for hours, and you haven't come across anything of note yet. You know, you're following that river. It's been a solid 4 hours. 4 hours turns to 5. 5 to 6. You know, the foliage it's rough, it's tangled. There's vines and thorny branches that seem to snag and pull you even when you're avoiding them, almost like they're actively resisting your passage. The air's
Well, there's
thick
your reason to fly.
with the scent of damp earth and metal mixing in a way that's
Yum.
uniquely unsettling. And the temperature seems to fluctuate unpredictably as well. 8 hours turns to 9. 9 turns to 10. Would you like to know more?
Dang. Is
I
it still
will roll
daytime?
again.
It is it's starting to yeah, you went out pretty early in the morning.
Mm-hmm.
And the sun is setting.
Well, We're going the right direction. There's only one way we can go. I think.
Did we see the river?
You have got to the river now. Yeah.
And so now we're just following that path and.
Now you're following that path.
Oof. Okay. Do we do another survival check? You're not asking for another survival check, right?
I'm not asking for another survival check. I just after I can continue to what would happen next, but I feel like after 10 hours of traveling, it's rude for me to assume that you don't stop or take a rest or anything else or whatever you would like to do.
Like if continuing is going to give us exhaustion, I feel like we should stop. But I don't.
Yeah, not
Right?
yet. You're not at that point yet, but.
Biggus is excited and he hasn't seen anything yet that like is like, ooh yeah. So he is just like keeping on going forward, even if we have no clue where we're going.
Oh.
And
Yeah.
But obviously, if someone else says something or like, hey, we should take a break or something like that, then
I think I would only ever stop if we were going to hit an exhaustion level, right? If we ever got to that point. But if not, I would just assume, unless there was another reason to think we're going in the wrong direction, or if it's just taking long or whatnot, that's another story.
I do think after a few hours, Milo would have been like, "Are we going in the right direction?" Like, looking around a little bit for himself. But could we retcon that I like grabbed a rock or something from where the mirror is, like where the portal is?
Sure.
Okay. But yeah, I mean, I would just continue too. But I think that I would have checked in, like, hey, Aradel, are we heading in the right direction?
Well, let's see. The water is going that way, and we're going that way. I think we want to go upstream, right? That's what we want to do? Or are we supposed to be going downstream?
I don't know which is which.
Hey, Mr. DM.
What?
This is a mountain, right? The top part of the picture, is that like the height going up? Is the water coming down the picture?
The water is going up.
From this faucet?
We're following. Okay, so we're following the river as the water, the direction the water is going. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
The water's going that way. I guess we're going that way. I don't think I can screw this up. I think this is a very, very simple math equation, right? Unless there's some magic happening, which I don't know anything about this place really.
If we took a break, I think actually routinely doing detect magic would be something to do. 10 minutes and it lasts for... It only lasts for 10 minutes? I thought it lasted for an hour.
I mean, it's worth learning at least in the moment, right?
Yeah.
You travel for another hour, and Biggus, roll me a perception check.
that is a 23.
You see something on the other side of that river. Something large. Kind of hard to make out what it is at this distance.
You guys see that over there?
He points it out, you see it.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, do you think that's one of those colossi?
Do you think we should go check it out?
How far is the river width-wise?
Hard to say.
Oh, I don't like that. I really don't like that.
You could see on the other side, but it's not like a...
Hop on, Aradel.
Okay.
All right. Yeah, you get across the river and start making your way to this ruin, and as you get closer, you stumble upon the ruins of a colossal, long-forgotten figure in the heart of Mount Ironrot. That's awe-inspiring. It's eerie, and as you push through this thick undergrowth, there's a clearing where remnants of a massive wooden and metal colossus lie. So this colossi is so at one point it was a massive bipedal war machine made of stone, metal, and wood. It now lies in ruins, and there's fragments of this mechanical titan that just lie scattered about, each piece as big as a barn.
It is a divination spell, but Milo is going to start ritually casting Detect Magic. Just figures now's a good time for that.
Fair enough.
I'm gonna look around. I imagine Biggus is gonna be looking at everything here, and I'm just gonna kind of follow Biggus around and look at whatever he looks at.
Sure. Yeah, so you're so let me roll a d4 Biggus and an investigation check.
Investigation is a 13, D4 is a 1.
Yeah, it's a big space to cover. You're looking through things for what feels like an hour,
And so I also want to say this. At the moment, I'm not going to say that Biggus isn't looking for the docent, but he is admiring the craftsmanship and workmanship, I would say, more than looking for an item at the moment.
yeah.
Just because of the awe of it in itself. That's kind of what he's like on. So if Aradel is following him, probably not for the best.
I mean, Aradel doesn't
but,
even
I mean,
know what
it's
a
fine,
docent is.
but,
He
like-
thinks it's a freaking donut as far as he's concerned. Like,
Like, I'm not saying that
Well,
Biggus
if-
isn't looking for it, but that's not what's like in his mind right this second.
I mean, I'd
would
wait
say-
until Milo gave me the go-ahead, but I would start rummaging around once Milo said it's okay, we're good to go. Because I know Milo's doing some magic stuff that Aradel doesn't know about.
Well, yeah, that only takes 10 minutes to get going, so
Yeah.
Milo on the broom has more speed than the two of you guys, so he might be like kind of drifting back and forth to just kind of maximize what he's sensing.
Mm-hmm.
But he's also keeping an eye out for anything that's interesting, but he is mostly looking for the docent.
Yeah, Milo, roll an investigation check.
That would be a 10.
Yeah.
Wow.
We're killing these rolls today.
Yeah, you the two of you kind of look around for about an hour. I say the two of you because it sounds like Aradel's just kind of like tagging along and less leading the expedition.
Oh, I was gonna
No.
start rummaging. I just waited until
Yeah.
Milo said it was safe with the magic stuff.
Yeah, give me an investigation check from you as well.
I'm gonna change my dice.
Burn that second wind, baby, if you can.
Hey, sure, why not? Nope, that's a 13.
So, takes the better part of an hour. None of you found anything yet, but you think it could take. You could easily spend another few hours looking through this thing before you find what you're looking for, or before you feel like you've searched enough. You can't really be sure if there's a docent there and you didn't find it, or if there's just nothing there. It is getting late to the point where you probably would want to figure out what your rest situation is going to be for the night, your camp situation.
Oh, I can take care of that.
Oh, really?
Yes, really, any location should be fine. I can, I've been working on a spell that I think should do the trick. And I will cast Mordenkainen's Magnificent Mansion.
Nice.
Noise.
And I have not
Well-
given any thought to it in such a creative way, in the way that Critical Role describes it. But it's a fun one.
But it's pretty magnificent.
It's a mansion and it's magnificent.
Wow.
And I feel like Mordenkainen actually has his branding everywhere because Milo followed the directions too precisely. So there's like paintings of Mordenkainen everywhere. There's like him like kind of like laid out on like a chase with like like fruit baskets of fruit and stuff.
So, and as we're going into it, Biggus is gonna cast Biggus's faithful hound outside the door. And not that anyone else can see it, but instead of the normal like little thing that the hound wears that has the big M on it for Mordenkainen, it has a big B on it. And granted, Biggus is the only one that can see this because it's invisible to everybody.
It's still an important detail. I love that.
But he's quite proud.
The Gus, and we got little Gus.
But yeah, there's 100 near transparent servants that will attend to anything you want, and they're instructed to help you with things.
And in this mansion, there's a bedroom, a dining room, a parlor, a courtyard, a kitchen, a storage.
Someone's reading the Bastion rule. Sebastian's Bastion.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, anything you'd like to discuss or do or anything along those lines, or are you just gonna take a rest and get a move on?
I have like no ideas what to do with this other than we haven't just found anything of significance yet. So
Yeah, I mean, I feel like it's more we just need to explore more.
yeah.
We took more than half the day to get to this point, right? So
The whole day. I know they said that you want to power the docent, or combine the docent with the second piece of the rod, but it seemed to react. Milo's piece of the rod seemed to react to the second piece, so maybe just keeping it close by. I'm sure Biggus is already, but and then I have another use of that commune if we need it.
would the commune do anything for helping us? It was just yes or no's, right?
Yeah, I'm just
So it's like,
throwing it out as a reminder more than anything else. But
I mean, we can use it, but like, is it in the place we're looking at? Yes. Is it?
I mean,
no. Like,
the answer is no. We can continue.
yeah.
The other thing is, would the god even know? With the way that magic is funky here, would they even be able to have the perception to be able to even tell us?
It's another divination spell, so I don't know exactly what to say.
Are you doubting the power of our deity?
Listen, the spell specifically says that it's not all powerful. It's
Blasphemer!
what the god would know.
Blasphemer! I'm like, you're doubting the power.
Really got a leg up on him on that one.
Oh no.
Anyways, yeah, I'm just throwing it out there as that's something we have at our disposal in case anyone forgot.
Yeah, I think that like if it was because it's 3 questions or is it 1 question? It's 3.
Yes or no.
The thing is, we don't know. We don't have another question to ask it, right? So we just be doing it for is it here? Yes or no? Great. You know, if we had more context. What?
It recharges at dawn, I think.
Oh, it's a daily thing?
I think so.
Okay. I mean, why not then? At this point, right? What's the harm in it?
Yeah, every dawn I have. Can you guys think of any other questions?
Not really.
What's it called? A docent? Gushin?
Yeah. Is there a docent in this? What is this?
Yeah. Giant robot, I guess.
Yeah, I should say within a mile of this. Yeah. Okay.
Is this a wreckage? Is that what this is?
Yeah, it's like a wrecked Colossus, right?
Yeah, just say, is there a docent within this wreckage of a Colossus or Colossi, or whatever it's called? Yeah.
Yep, I got a couple other
Okay.
questions I could do. Okay, so yeah, I'm gonna use the rod and cast commune.
What does that look like when you cast it?
Again, Milo, he takes out tip and grabs the tip and focuses on it. And I feel like he's just kind of like looking at the river. And he's just trying to focus on home, fills his mind and thoughts of NSU, and just uses the rod to, I feel like it's almost like a little projection, almost like a little like R2D2 like hologram of just emerges.
Never
I
gonna
love
get
this so
tired of
much.
that.
I love this so much.
Oh no.
Whoa! Oh my god.
There's something in the records.
He's been waiting.
I've been waiting for this moment.
He's been waiting.
I was not expecting this at all.
Believe it or not, there's not a lot of Muppet puppets out there to purchase.
I believe that.
It was very frustrating.
You think you can just you can't call two gods here, Milo.
He's a
rude.
blasphemer, and you're the
It's
blasphemer.
one or the other.
I was gonna say, I don't speak that language.
What was that?
I don't know. Thought maybe you would know. Wait, I'm supposed to
Oh, I
ask
was
you the
messed up.
questions. All right, first question. Do you know what a docent is?
Yes.
Do you know where we can find one?
Yes.
Ooh. Is a docent among this wreckage that we are currently exploring?
No.
Thank you.
You're the huge girl, and I can talk to you guys.
Oh wow, that was special, Lee. Thank you for doing
It's
that.
magnificent.
I've been waiting for like 3 months. This has been next to my desk for at least
man.
2, maybe 3 months.
I love a long bit. That's great.
Long burn.
Slow burn.
So yeah,
yes.
Milo shares that information. He does know what a docent is. He does know where we can find one, and it's not among this wreckage.
Cool. Okay. Well, we should head downriver again. Unless you want to keep looking for other stuff here. I don't know if there's cool stuff here.
I feel like our job is pretty urgent. Felt bad for taking the extra day just to set up my contingency.
Yeah, I
But-
think we could keep moving on.
There's got to be other things we can find. I'm sure of it. And the real question is, do we from this area before the sun went down, we can't see how far past the mist can we see?
Tough to see. It's tough to gauge even how far things are. It's a really real treacherous area.
We got to find that civilization, I think, before we find anything else.
Unless, of course, you had a 2014 Ranger in your party.
Boom.
Not a 2024 Ranger though. They took out all the flavor abilities. Sorry.
I mean, is it a 4-wheel drive Ranger or
Oh,
steady
yeah.
cab?
A ranger named Ford.
Oh no.
On this expedition. All right.
Ooh.
On Riverside dead? What?
I think the next step is to try and just continue to the river to find people, because they're gonna know what's going on with this environment. Maybe we could hire a guide even.
Sure.
We've got a lot of money. Would anyone want to help us?
Oh, gee.
That ends well.
I've got this
That
money
ends well.
burning a hole in my pocket. I sure wish someone was there for me to hire and not steal it.
Anyways, yeah, so I guess we just stay in the mansion, do our thing, and
Take a little nap.
keep going down the river.
Down, down, down by the river.
That's right.
Hurry,
Oh my god.
the river.
Oh my god, guys, it's
Your
an
move,
overdrive
Michael.
today.
It's happening. All right, so
Oh
we
my God.
travel, continue on down the
Down the
river.
river.
Yeah.
Down by the river.
Not by the
I-
river,
Were there-
down the river.
What if we find a van?
What if it's more of a bay?
Down by the river.
No. Aradel, I need a saving.
Saving though. Oh no, the Swedish chef deity really got into me, huh?
Survival with disadvantage, please.
Mother truck.
Can I help him and get rid of that?
That doesn't matter. It's an 11.
All right. D4s all around, please.
Can't you? Is that with using a second wind to bump it up by a D10?
2.
No, that was not. Can I use it on that? I thought it was saving throws. Or is it ability check?
No, it's ability check. That's why I said burn a second wind on this.
Hold on, I gotta get through like 3 pages scrolling down. Spellcasters have it easy now, man. Let me tell you, fighters. Whew.
Complexity low.
Yeah. Tactical mind. Oh yeah, D10. Hold on. I got an 11 plus. I got an
10, come on.
18.
Yeah.
An 18?
Does that change the result?
An 18.
Lovely.
Still need
Let me
those
get
D4s?
a D4 from everybody.
Okay.
It's still 2.
I got it. I got a 2 as well.
I got a 1.
2, 2, 1.
Yeah.
Yes. 2 plus 2 plus 1, 2 plus 1 plus 1 plus 2.
So that's not what I was trying to do. That's really funny though.
I haven't got a clue.
So after 3 hours of travel along the river, you find yourself happening upon a group of soldiers. They look like they look like some sort of soldiers. You know, they're wearing armor. They have weapons, and they appear to be wandering through the mists. They've not noticed you yet. What would you like to do?
Let's just stroll on up to him.
Yeah, right?
Lead the way, fellas. I got you back. Yeah.
Biggus is the mace is just on his shoulder, and he's just walking up to him.
All right.
Aye, aye, Captain.
No, that's
Lovely.
Aradel.
He's the II doctor. Come on.
So, I mean, immediately when they see you coming up, they take like a defensive stance. You know, like they're expecting you to attack them. But what's your goal? How do you want to come across to these people?
Nonchalant?
Yeah, nonchalant and maybe with a hint of inquisitiveness.
Yeah, because we're walking into this not really knowing much about the people here, right? So we're just kind of like,
just a sprinkle of inquisitiveness on it.
a dash.
A dash, perhaps. Yes, perfect. The doctor knows. I mean, the
And while they're
captain
doing this,
knows.
The
Milo
captain
is-
gets it.
Milo is trying to determine how many soldiers there are, if he can.
So far, you see 3 of them. But as you as they notice you and you're walking up, one of them, an orc, says, "It's far enough." The two other halfling soldiers kind of like talking back, looking around.
But no, it's not. We need to go find a town or something.
Town, there's
Camp?
I think you're
Anything?
I feel like they're at first they were concerned like you might be like some sort of like marauders coming around here, and then with Aradel being like town, camp, something, you know,
Help!
and with the
He was
hint
eloquent.
of inquisition from Biggus.
With the smolder.
they they kind of let their guard down for a moment and
Now we
introduce
kill 'em.
themselves.
Mistake.
Fireball.
They kind of they introduce themselves as members of the Turquoise Spear. So they're a small platoon.
Spear or sphere?
Spear.
Spear. Okay.
Would we know if these are good guys or bad guys?
They
Or
identified themselves as they're ex-Syrian soldiers, or Syrian soldiers, and
Deserters, or because the army disbanded?
yeah, it's their watch is ended.
Okay.
Would bad guys
Yeah.
really use turquoise as their color?
Good point.
You can be bad and have style.
Good questions and good points, fellas.
What brings you here? Why are you looking for a camp?
Well, we were following the river, and there was a big wreckage back there of stuff that we kind of camped out for a little bit, but we were hoping to find more people here just to, I don't know, show us where we're going or anything like that. We're a little bit lost.
Oh, but why are you here?
I mean, if no one stops me, yeah.
We're looking for a working docent.
Yep, that one.
Really? Well, you might be in luck. There's we discovered a stockpile of docents that were taken from Colossi around this area. We're a little strapped for cash right now, so I wanted to take them and sell them in the markets outside of Mornlands. I think they'd fetch quite the price.
How much?
Enough.
What? Is that
and
how much do you want
she
for
continues
one?
to move on. Before I do that, I'd be happy to let you borrow a docent before I sell them. But that being said, the stockpile that we found, it's in a ruined village called Lalos. It's occupied by a group of rogue warforged.
Biggest
Yeah.
size,
so
a
you-
little wide.
So I just want to make sure I'm understanding this correctly. You found a stockpile, and this isn't me trying to be rude. This is just me asking like a question. You found a stockpile. You do not currently have the stockpile. It's in possession of a bunch of rogue warforged in a destroyed town.
That's the gist of it. But
Okay.
you know, these treasures they rightfully belong to living, breathing Sirens. You know, they were ours once, and now they've been claimed by these murderous machines.
Is this another moral dilemma, guys? Are docents like, or the colossi like souls of these things, or like, or are they just power sources? Do we know anything about that?
I think they're power sources. Is that what the Wizards 3 told us, Josh, right?
That is what they told you.
Okay. Well, I mean, we can go. Are they just aggressive Warforged? You can't even speak to them?
And how many are we talking about?
I didn't get a good count of them, but no, they it was clear that they didn't want to have a conversation.
There had to have been a reason why.
Can I insight these guys?
Sure.
Yeah, I just try to get a vibe for this. Continue.
Proceed.
The vibe check was passed.
No. The vibe check was failed.
Well, no, but they passed the vibe check because you did not recognize the vibe.
No. Aradel forgot he even tried to vibe check. It's gone.
Wait,
What's a
where are we?
vibe?
And it's gone.
Check. Ah, did I deposit my check?
Exactly, yeah.
I forgot to check if I left the lights on.
Yeah, okay. I mean, I don't want to offer anything for the rest of my friends here, but I mean, we need a docent. Sounds like you all are interested in said docents. I think we only need one, and I look at both of them.
Yeah.
I mean, we will. Can you direct us to this location, and then we can discuss, or at the point in which things go south, just figure out how to deal with the Warforged then?
Sure. Yeah. So you would help us?
Yeah, I mean, I don't have a problem with it. I would like to attempt a discussion before we just go in slaughtering these creations, but and if we do in fact are in fact able to get these docents, and you know, if we do the work to get it, I'd like to not have to pay you for one of them. But aside from that,
Well, you could borrow it.
I'll look at. Is it a borrow thing, or is it a thing we need?
Milo just sort of shrugs at Biggus, like,
You were told that it would help you. It's probably the only way that you could. Maybe not the only way that you can find the this piece of the rod, but
Could we purchase one of them off of you?
I mean, not for nothing, Biggus, but if we're gonna help them get this thing, for borrowing one of the things, I don't know. I feel like if we're gonna do some of the work here, we should get a little bit of not having to. I don't know. That's just me.
Why-
I'm with whatever you guys want.
what? Why did they take the docents? What would they do? What do they do with docents?
who knows? Maybe they want to sell them for themselves. Maybe they have something there, some sort of weapon they're trying to power. I really couldn't say what those madmen are doing with.
All right, I feel like we can discuss.
Biggus' eyes narrow just slightly.
I feel like we can discuss how to handle the docents after discussions with them, after attempted discussions with the Warforged. Right. The number one thing I would like to do is not go in guns blazing if we don't have to. And then once we figure out if that works or doesn't work, then we can discuss further. If it doesn't and we have to defend ourselves, we have to defend ourselves. That's how it goes. But where do you all stand with that?
We could do some recon first, and that includes talking.
Yeah.
Because I'm not in the mind. I'm not entirely sold about these guys. Not these guys, but the Warforged being just angry, ravaging monsters. Right? Because from what Biggus
You're
said,
telepathically saying
I'm
that?
telepathically saying this. Because based on what Biggus said, they all were sentient, right? So sentient creatures would rationally, you would rationally think that there would be a reason that they're acting away because they have think, right? That's how things work. So I wouldn't immediately assume they're just aggressive for the sake of being aggressive.
No, I agree. We have incomplete information.
They stand there looking at you awkwardly as you have this mental conversation.
I guess I figured we had started heading in that direction.
Yeah. Yeah. That's what I was going for, I suppose.
But fair enough. Yeah.
Well, they'll introduce themselves to you. The orc who's kind of been speaking for the group says, "I'm Calith. This is Dordal, Lynn, and Grezin. Calith is the orc. Dordal, Lynn, and Grezin are both
Good names. Good names.
Yeah, Dortal Lynn.
I actually
Dr.
really like that.
Broodfist.
Doctor, nice to meet you.
Aradel will introduce himself as Captain Brightmaw. And who was Captain Brightmaw.
Captain, did you fight in the war?
Nope. Sail the ship called the Hold On a Minute, I need to look at my notes.
The Graham Norton Show.
The Graham Norton Show.
The BBC's The Graham Norton Show.
Graham Norton Show.
Yeah.
Across the astral sea.
The Graham Norton Show for short.
It's good. That's good. It's funny because you'd think it would be the BBC for short.
Coming from the same minds that put together NSU.
That's funny.
Thanks. Okay. And Milo also introduces himself. Dr. Milo Copperkettle.
I'm the doctor. It's nice to meet you. And Dordal Lynn will shout out, "If you're a captain, where's your ship?"
Where's the water?
Right over there.
It's a river. It's not like it's not something you sail a ship on. It's a river. It's
Boats down a river?
Yeah, who would do that?
Well, wait, how big is this river? Like, I'm not imagining like a giant, like, I don't know.
It's like
This ship
Probably a few
sailed
hundred
across
feet.
the astral sea. This isn't the astral sea. This is the, what is it? Eberron?
Who's
I think-
leading the wave? If you're the captain,
I think Milo
Leading the
Milo
what?
looks at Dorda Lynn and just mouths, "Humor him."
and Resin elbows Dordal Lynn hard and just says,
Listen.
It's nice to meet all three of you.
Yes.
I'm perceptioning this. Hold on.
Sure. I'll sleight of hand. Let's
Yeah, go ahead. Hold on a minute. Let me just double check.
It's not good. It's not good.
That's a 20.
Yeah, you beat me by 11. You see me mouth humor him.
Aradel's gonna look actually hurt. Like actually hurt by that.
Oh no.
Yeah. And he's
just remember, it wasn't Biggus who said that.
you would expect it from Biggus, but not Milo. There it is. Actually, and he's just gonna stop and he's just gonna quiet himself. And just kind of go.
After Grezin elbowed Dordal Lynn will say to Biggus, "What kind of doctor are you? Where's your stethoscope?"
I'm a professor of NSU.
The university?
No, never went to state college.
That's confusing.
Well, I mean, it's technically undergrad, but you know.
Well, what about you, Milo? Why aren't you wearing a doctor white jacket?
I like this guy a lot.
Because mine's blue.
Ooh.
Do you have an ailment I should look at?
Grezin elbows Dordelin again, and Dordelin says, "It's nice to meet you all," and you all continue walking back. And Keyleth will just say, "Forgive my companions. Please, you can come with us to our camp. We don't have much, but what provisions we have, we're happy to share with you."
Thank you. That's very generous.
And you travel for.
So while we're traveling, Biggus kind of like looks over at Aradel and like kind of like tries to like lock eyes for a second. So Aradel like hopefully would telepathically-ness stuff.
Yeah, 100%.
Okay.
You give me the smolder, and I know what that means.
And Biggus is like, they are being very friendly and extremely willing to help us. That just something seems off about
That's
this.
what I forgot to check earlier. Thank you for reminding me.
If you just want to tell Milo to keep his head on a swivel.
Yeah. Okay. Sure. I not for nothing, Biggus. I do think that, and you would know better than I would. Warforged, from what you've told me, are people effectively, right?
100%.
They're not savage animals, right?
No, they are not just mindless killing machine drones. Yeah. They are sentient creatures.
Yeah, so I agree. Just keep your guard up, and I'll tell Milo. Keep your head on a swivel.
And then I just look over and I see Milo just like this.
I think Milo is pretty much already on the same vibe as you guys. And then while the connection happens,
it's gone. He connects, doesn't look at you, and it's gone.
Oh,
yeah.
Oh no. Okay.
Yeah.
Yep.
He would have said more, but that's how he said it. That's it. Done. You can still think. I don't know. Do you think you're still connected? That's curious. I wonder. How?
It's like someone's other voice in your head.
Yeah, but like that's interesting. Because if I said keep your head on a swivel, it's like a beep when I hang up, or is it just like
like a dial tone?
Like a dial tone. Yeah. Oh, that son of a bitch left me on red. Like. But yeah, it's gone.
Well, I'll do that.
As you continue to travel, you come across a crumbling stone bridge which crosses the river of indigo water. Beneath one side of the bridge, there are soiled leather tents and bedrolls arranged around a fire pit. Aelith welcomes you in. This is their camp, and we'll pick up from there next session. So, thanks for joining us. Thanks for watching. We need to make a clip of that, Lee. That's
Your curse. Thanks for watching. Make sure to subscribe to jnjtabletop.
My mind on my money on my mind. Sipping on gin and juice.
all right.
Oh my gosh.
My word.
Yep. Thanks for watching. If you want to catch up on past episodes, you can find them right here on this channel. And if you want to see more of Lee, you can find him at youtube.com/@thiscrits. We'll see you on the next one.